let's talk about sex, baby. Okay, I think this is a very important topic, right? One of the things that we're going to be discussing today is sex and intimacy during and after menopause, navigating changes and rediscovering connection, right? Before we go into that, right? What if we say, actually, it's not important. Okay,
That's fine.
let's try this.
Then find a partner who's not important.
Okay, right?
Right, because I think it's important both get it on the same page.
Yes.
Compatibility, right? If one wants,
Right.
the other doesn't, no interest at all.
Yeah.
There's really an incompatibility. There's going to be issues because I do see couples,
Okay.
where one is very much into hormonal treatment. I want to be my best,
Right.
and the other kind of let go.
Right.
So, and that happens also when it comes to the bedroom.
Right.
And I just find that it's a bit of an incompatibility.
Okay, Kaur.
So if both are like, you know what, sex is not our thing, we got great connection, but sex is not it, it's okay.
It's as well, right?
Yeah,
and it's so interesting
okay.
when you say when one partner, because you never mentioned gender, because it could a whole new series you can do on andropause, right? Because it could be the men, right? Not necessarily, and not always the other way around. So a whole different topic. But anyway, interesting, right? So I think that's the most important thing at the end of the day, when you have when both needs are similar and we are aligned.
Correct.
That's important, right? It's not about frequency or whatever.
It's not about performance as well.
Yeah. So it's just about that connection and that we're aligned with what we need, right? But anyway, let's say, okay, so what are the physical changes that will affect intimacy?
So I guess for women, definitely it's the dryness, right? So besides the dryness, the libido will already crash, right?
Yeah.
So the whole desire is not there.
Okay.
And then you are dry.
Yeah.
And then if there's any intercourse, it's like,
Yeah.
they describe it as even like sharp knife, razor. It's so painful.
Right.
Right. So it's like total put off. But these are the things that is treatable. So before you get till there, right, the minute you know that you're already getting the dryness and stuff, seek help.
Yeah. If you're seeing slight symptoms, seek help.
Yeah. But I also noticed that, for women who gain weight, it affects their confidence. So I think the whole body image is another thing.
Yeah.
But if they overcome that, if they're confident,
right,
it's a whole different intimacy.
See, so that is something again, right, where it's that whole external aspect that also affects you mentally. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think, when we talk about the changes in intimacy, it also varies.
Yeah.
Right? So when you talk about the word intimacy, it's very interesting because a lot of people would think only on the physical aspect, but there's so many components to it. There is intellectual intimacy, right? You're able to have meaningful conversations. And then you have got emotional intimacy where you share your deepest thoughts, your feelings, you connect in a different level. And of course, there's physical. Now, even the physical, you have the sexual, you have the non-sexual.
Yes.
And the non-sexual, it's like, there's cuddles, there's kissing, there's holding hands.
Yes.
So you can still build deeper connection.
Yes.
It may be different in the younger years. But hey, but even when
we're not 20 years old anymore. Okay.
No, in our heart.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and as I mentioned earlier, women are reported menopausal women that they had more intense orgasm.
Right. Okay.
So it can be great, it can be better. It's not the end.
Okay.
It's not the end, women. It's not the end. So
yeah. And I know one of the things as well, when you're fatigued, then because you're not getting enough sleep, it's like, hello, you're bothering me.
Right.
So all these things as well. And you're the whole thing about connection, right? I think one of the most appealing things I see is when an old couple holding hands.
That's so sweet. I mean, go, oh my God.
Right? That's where
I want to be. Yeah. I want to grow.
That's the thing, right? I mean, of all things in the world, I said, my goodness, they're so holding hands. Yeah. Right? So I remembered seeing this couple, old couple in the clinic, and I think they're about to see a doctor, and I'm like, they were holding hands. I was like, I hope they're not worried about bad news, or whether they're just being, affectionate, but like, wow, that's the thing, right? Yeah. Okay. So how do you address the emotional aspects? And I think we've sort of covered before the emotional aspects. How do you take, really at this point, right? You should be looking at if you are in a relationship, taking it to a higher level, right? How do you address this?
So you're talking about the intimacy and
emotional aspects.
The emotional aspect.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess, when it comes to emotional, I guess it's always like, having an open conversation, an open dialogue. Be honest, be your authentic self, and whatever your concerns, whatever that is bothering you, you just have to vocalize.
Right.
Conversation is so important.
Right.
Because a lot of the time I see communication is always an issue.
You cannot expect the person to know what you think through.
Correct. You should know, right?
Yeah. You should know, right? Does not work.
I can't read your
You
mind.
should tell.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So, I mean, you was talking about even
Even the difficult conversations you have, this is beyond emotional, beyond sexual, whatever.
Right.
I think that open conversation, open, honest, be your authentic self.
Right.
And just,
and then you were saying like intimacy is not just penetration, right? It's massages, cuddles, right? Holding hands, right?
having bubble bath together.
Okay. And of course, you were talking about the hormone therapy, understanding all that. Bubble bath, that's good, right? And how about therapy? I mean, as in counseling. And,
I guess that comes in when we feel that it has already impacted your relationship. Yeah. Because a lot of them, they'll come and say her desire is very low, she's not interested. And they keep thinking that just because they're having those symptoms, it's like they're not interested, they don't love me anymore. So I guess when it encroaches your relationship, right? Be it personal, be it professional, I'm talking about other things, your workplace. When you know it's affecting a relationship, that's when you need to seek help.
Right.
And there's always about the mindset, mindfulness, hormone therapy. There's so many. So depending on what the issue is.
All right. And when is a right time to seek therapy to, I'm sure I know you're not a therapist in that sense, but people always start seeing when it's too late, like already in, alert zone already.
Yeah. I guess to me, it boils down to listening to your body, listening to your intuition. How many of us listen to our intuition?
Right.
It's like our body is already crying out for help.
Right.
But are we listening to it? Or do we push ourselves?
So, and of course, I just want to ask as well that from your experience, conversations, you've heard of people having better, intimacy during menopause, after menopause. Yeah.
So these are all people who actually took action.
Yeah. Okay. And they took action before it became an issue.
Or even in the beginning.
Yeah.
When they feel like, okay, I'm having this, what do I do?
Right. Okay. Anything else you want to bring up that I haven't asked you, Father Sangeet, around this topic?
Well, I think we discussed quite a bit. What exactly have we not touched? And I think it's about reframing this whole menopause thing.
Yeah.
Like you always see menopause, it's an ending. But like an ending of what? I mean, like, hello, it's a time for you to celebrate your life.
Right.
It's time for you to redefine your priorities.
Right.
Because it's no longer that, children looking after them, looking after, everybody else except us. But it's time, to me, it's a whole new era where you start living unapologetically. Do things that makes you happy. Travel. For me, travel is one of the things.
Yeah.
Because it's our thing. Yes, we travel together. Oh yeah, I miss that. It's, what, you're discovering ourselves. We are still in a process of learning, rediscovering ourselves. And there's so much to learn, don't you think so?
Yeah. Okay. And we'll discuss on how we can thrive in another session, because there's a whole topic, and I think it's a whole new chapter in our lives that we can look at. But thanks for discussing this very intimate topic.